Welcome back to the program. Customs employee Charles Muller has worked for the federal government for nearly 40 years. Now he's on furlough as he's nearing retirement. He joins us now to discuss what's happening. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
So you've been with the federal government for decades. This isn't necessarily your first go-round with a shutdown.
No,
now.
it hasn't. It's not always pleasant, but it's a fact of reality.
That's right. Is this one much different from the one in the 90s?
It seems to impact me more personally than the one in the 90s did.
Yeah.
I think it's probably because I'm working a little more than I did in the 90s, and I have a regular schedule now. Mm-hmm. In the 90s, it was still part time, but it wasn't my full-time job.
Yeah. Well, with almost 40 years in, I imagine you're trying to get close to retirement now. What's happening with that?
Well, that's what I'm kind of up in the air about. I don't know if I have dates set that I want to retire in and stop working and the traditional things that go with retiring. And I'm not sure that the plans I have, I can follow through with that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're like imminent. You were telling me during the break that your last day is supposed to be in a couple of weeks. Is that right?
Yeah,
last day working?
It's the 8th of November. That's mm-hmm. the way I have it planned, but this could alter that altogether.
Yeah. I'm curious what's not getting done in the customs office with people like you not working.
Well, our customs office here in Reno, a lot of people don't even know it exists.
I was surprised.
Yeah, but at any rate, there's 3 full-time people and myself. I work 3 days a week. Now, one of the other employees who was on light duty from surgery, he's off too. Mm-hmm. So that leaves 2 people. And if there's any flights that come in at after hours or something like that, anything that inspections that have to be done, there's only really one person to do it because the port directors, that's kind of not in his league. Your office is essentially processing goods that are coming in from other countries, or? Yeah, anything coming from out of the country mm-hmm. needs to come through customs. And it's pretty routine now. Mm-hmm. Years ago, there was inspections all the time, but they determined that was kind of overkill. And in other words, if a company is importing stuff and they report exactly what they are bringing in, and there's no point in keep inspecting their stuff. Mm-hmm. So all that evolved into paperless entries, electronic entries, and so forth.
Mm-hmm. So if that work's not getting done, though, is there goods back? Is this a problem for people trying to get their stuff in the state?
Well, I think some of the people that are working are on the job. Mm-hmm. Their job was considered essential, mm-hmm. and it wasn't furloughed.
Yeah.
So there's the commerce is continuing. Mm-hmm. Some areas may be a little slower, but it's still continuing.
Mm-hmm. So you're on furlough, and now the House has passed a bill to ensure back pay for employees that are mm-hmm. on furlough. It's now remaining in the Senate. It would probably be maybe part of the deal when they open government, but you're kind of in a bit of uncertainty as to whether you'll get a paycheck?
Well, absolutely, yeah. My port director called me just a couple days ago, and he said, well, today is payday. They said, you'll get a full paycheck this time. After that, we don't know. Mm-hmm. So we'll just hang in and wait.
Yeah. I wonder, some of the public might have the perception that there's federal workers, you're on furlough, you'll be getting a paycheck. You know, this is just kind of a paid vacation at the expense of taxpayers. What do you think of that perception?
Well, I don't think they're aware of the frustration and the uncertainty and everything that goes along with a job that you're not sure when or where it's going to be.
Yeah, it must be frustrating to sit here and watch Congress. Do you have a dog in the fight, an opinion on what the solution should be?
Well, I'm not sure I know what the solution is, but I'm not getting paid to do that either. Mm-hmm. That's their job, and the way I look at it, and this is just from a perspective from a 77-year-old guy, they really need to be doing something. I don't think it's necessary to shut the government down.
Yeah.
we're not only talking about my job, but there's like the national parks, and there's a lot of the monuments in the D.C. area that are closed, and people that go to these places, they expect something.
Yeah.
And they're entitled to expect something.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Well, good luck to you. Hopefully this is resolved quickly soon.
I hope so.
I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.